out in the artificial world she'd dwelled in for far too long. Not exactly a part-time fuel pump boy anymore. Still remember how to do it? His eyes narrowed speculatively at her careless remark. Lily gave an inward groan. When would she learn to shut up and let silence be her voice? You know what I meant, Jack. She spun away from him, her Manolos clicking a staccato echo in her wake. His eyes continued to bore a virtual hole into her back as she went inside the store and paid for her gas. She could feel it, like the searing concentration of power from a magnifying glass in the sun. It was a relief to get inside the petrol station store, to hear the tinted sliding doors whoosh shut behind her. She didn't know what she had expected inside, but it certainly wasn't the modernized countertop and the stands of groceries and household consumables that stood in colorful rows. Time hadn't stood still here. She wasn't the only one who had changed since her ignominious departure from a town she'd learned to loathe with every cell in her body. The swish of the automatic opening doors behind her, and that same tantalizing waft of sandalwood and lime, gave her advance warning of Jack's approach. With a swift smile, she accepted her receipt from the attendant and turned to leave, only to find her way barred by 6 foot plus of solid, never-take-no for an answer male. "What brings you back, Lily?" His tone was couched in a way that wouldn't alert any eavesdropping ears to the history that hung between them, but there was no mistaking the seriousness in his eyes. "Nothing in particular," she lied as smoothly as she could. She wasn't about to unload her financial woes on Jack's shoulders any time this millennium. Just thought it was time for a trip back. "So you won't be here long, then?" His eyes became blank, making it harder to read what was behind his question. "Long enough, Jack. I don't have any plans to leave in a hurry. Satisfied?" Leaving in a hurry was your specialty, wasn't it? And as to whether I'm satisfied... He let his voice trail away. Heat bloomed across Lily's chest and up her neck. She grabbed her sunglasses out of her handbag, shoved them onto her face, and stalked out to her waiting car, her brief sanctuary. She was shaking as she opened her car door and settled into the seat. She had the engine running and the car in gear when a loud knock on her driver's window made her jump. Jack, what now? She stifled her irritation and the scathing remark begging to be freed from her tongue, and instead flipped the switch that lowered the car window. "Yes." She imbued the monosyllabic question with as much tedium as she could manage. Her heart lurched as Jack's face softened into a smile. Even after all these years, he could still see straight through her, and quite clearly knew how much his comment had rattled her. "It's been a long time," he drawled. "Let's not get off on the wrong foot. I apologize for baiting you back there. I didn't mean to upset you on your first trip home." "Yeah, whatever, Jack. No offense taken. Water under the bridge and all that." He didn't take his hand off the windowsill, and Lily's foot itched to press down on the accelerator and just get away. She stared pointedly at his fingers, trying and failing to indicate he should remove them from her vehicle. His hands were broad, his fingers long and neatly manicured, somewhat different and vastly more polished than those of the apprentice motor mechanic who had caressed her teenage body to giddy heights so long ago. A sudden pull of longing from deep inside her womb made her fight to suppress a gasp. Coming home had been a terrible mistake. "I'll see you around." The way he said it made it a certainty, not just an observation. "Yeah, later then." Her knuckles were white where she gripped the steering wheel, and she forced herself to relax, breathing from deep in her diaphragm. He took his hand off the sill and gave her a small wave. Lily put her car into gear and eased away from the forecourt. She doubted she'd be seeing Jack Dolan any time soon. Not if she had any choice in the matter.